morning once again and welcome to the news on Monday, the 19th of May, 2025. My name is Mike Messikeno. Now, Pope Leo XIV has condemned the exploitation of the poor in his inauguration mass attended by world leaders and delegates from more than 150 nations. The 267th pontiff arrived at the Vatican on the Pope Mobile and was welcomed by the huge crowd as he toured St. Peter's Square. The Catholic leader expressed his concerns about the war in Ukraine in his prayer at the end of the service. Highlights of the inauguration are in this report.
In a moment of solemnity and celebration, the 267th pontiff of the Roman Catholic Church presided over his inaugural Mass, marking the official start of his leadership. The ceremony follows a deeply symbolic tradition. The fisherman's ring, a sign of papal authority, is placed on his finger. The Pope is also vested with a white woolen pallium, symbolizing his role as the shepherd of the Church. Ancient hymns fill the air, and the Gospels are read in Latin and Greek, signifying unity between the Western and Eastern churches. In his first homily, Pope Leo XIV calls for peace and unity, addressing global conflicts including the war in Ukraine and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Among the dignitaries who witnessed this historic event are U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other leaders from Africa, Europe and Asia and the Middle East also gathered, reflecting the international significance of the Pope's investiture. As the Mass concluded, Pope Leo blessed the faithful, marking the beginning of a new chapter for the Catholic Church. Pope Leo XIV's papacy begins with a call for unity in a divided world, and his message of hope and reconciliation resonates far beyond Vatican City. As he meets with global leaders in the coming days, many will be watching to see how his leadership shapes the future of the Church.
President Bola Tinubu has described the inauguration of Pope Leo XIV at St. Peter's Square as a symbol of unity in diversity. He said Nigeria is committed to interfaith dialogue and peaceful coexistence. The president was among several global leaders who attended the historic Mass, marking the beginning of Pope Leo XIV's ministry as the head of the Catholic Church. Also speaking at the Vatican City, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Bianca Ojukwu emphasized the global importance of the new Pope's mission, especially in areas of peace and conflict resolution.
It's consistent and the true sense of unity in diversity. And I'm greatly honored. We have to continue to work on it. It's a work in progress for the sake of our country and the continent as a whole.
I think it's very, very symbolic and indicative of the great solidarity that he continues to show, not just to the Muslim community, but to the entire Christian community. He has shown that this solidarity with the millions of people who are of the Catholic faith in Nigeria.
Well, I think for me, what the president has shown is that he's a man who is tolerant of all religions and who believes in interfaith harmony, and who has even demonstrated it by the kind of appointments he made.
It shows the fact that a Muslim president can be accepted and is liberal to carry the whole country along. So he represents not only the Muslim faith, but also Christians in Nigeria.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has seized more than 3.2 billion naira worth of opioids and arrested some suspects at Apapa seaport in Lagos State and Port Harcourt Port in Onne, River State. One of those arrested was an 80-year-old who served a 10-year jail term between 2014 and 2024. The suspect was rearrested in Kaduna State with 2.3 kilograms of skunk. NDLEA operatives in Abuja State raided the home of an 82-year-old grandmother with different quantities of methamphetamine, tramadol, skunk, and 130,600 naira were recovered. In another operation, 3 million pills of illicit drugs were seized at Port Harcourt Port and more than 169,000 bottles of codeine intercepted in Lagos State. NDLEA operatives also made arrests and seizures in Kwara State and on the Abuja-Kaduna highway. Now let's head to some sporting stories as we kick off with the EPL, where another superb Declan Rice strike and Arsenal victory over Newcastle to secure the Gunners a place in next season's Champions League. Mikel Arteta's side were flat and uninspiring before Rice's exquisite curling finish from outside the box ensured second-place Arsenal ended their home campaign on a winning note. The Gunners had David Raya to thank in the first half as Newcastle, who remain in a good position for a spot, threatened despite missing leading goal scorer Alexander Isak. And then, in other results that happened on the night, Everton marked their final Premier League game at Goodison Park with victory against Southampton and made emotional scenes at the 133-year-old stadium. Nottingham Forest survived a nervous 16-minute spell of injury time to keep alive their hopes of Champions League football with victory over West Ham at London Stadium, while Jamie Vardy signed off at Leicester City in trademark style as he scored his 200th goal for the Foxes in a 2-0 victory over Ipswich Town. And this is what the table looks like. The win moves Arsenal on to 71 points as second on the log. Newcastle United, Chelsea and Aston Villa are third, fourth and fifth respectively with goal differences between them. Carlos Alcaraz holds the world number one Yannick Sinner's 26-match winning streak with a 7-6, 6-1 win in the Italian Open final. Sinner, playing in his first tournament since a 3-month doping ban, was hoping to become the first Italian men's singles winner at the tournament since Adriano Panatta in 1976. But after edging a 10th tie break, 4-time Grand Slam champion Alcaraz was a class above in the second set, needing just 33 minutes to wrap up the title. Sinner had 2 set points in the first set, but hit a backhand return wide to let defending French Open champion Alcaraz off the hook. The 22-year-old Spaniard took full advantage with some masterful play in the second set, setting the title with a cross-court volley at the net.
The Spaniard completes the set of clay court Masters 1000s. He puts an end to Yannick Sinner's 26-match unbeaten streak.
And that's the news for the hour. We'll take a recess. Stay with us. We'll just get in the show on the road.